Hello, everyone. This is the Cricket Forum, your place for the latest news, views, rumors, and gossips in the world of cricket. There's lots to get into today, but please remember, slash a like on the video, share, and subscribe. I must start by congratulating the West Indies for finally breaking their losing streak by winning the third and final T20 match against New Zealand at Savannah Park yesterday. Congratulations again to Odin Simit, who continues to improve steadily and look like the pick of the bunch of these seamers that in the West Indies team. He bowled fast throughout his spell, and up to that final delivery was 140k click. Congratulations also to Brandon King for what a wonderful innings. And the two Kingston players, there are two Jamaican players, two Kingston players, so they were really at home, and I want to congratulate both of them. Now, Shamar Brooks scored 56, but I'm telling you, that innings cannot win a T20 match. That innings will never win a T20 match. In my view, I prefer you get 10 from 5 deliveries and give somebody else the other deliveries to see if they can score at a faster rate. Scoring at less than 100 in a T20 match will never win a match. And it's because of the rate that King went and Powell went. That's why West Indies was able to chase down that total. But Brooks must have to do better. I will not drop him. I will give him another 3 to 5 matches to see if he can get that strike rate up to 120. If he can get that strike rate up to 120 and average anywhere between 30 and 40, that would be the basis of something to improve on. Right now, he is not a T20 batsman, and although he scored the second highest runs, I think he was the leading run scorer for the West Indies in the series with 105. The fact is that he's striking at less than a runner ball, and that type of batting cannot win T20 internationals. There's a big argument whether he should be in the team. At this point, I will give him the benefit of the doubt and give him 3 to 5 matches to see if he can increase that strike rate to 120. If he cannot meet, because these are the things that West Indies, these are the simple targets that West Indies need to set. Yes, these are key performance indicators that you need to identify and set them and ask your players to reach them. So in this case, Shamar Brooks gave you 2 scores over 40 in a 3-match series. That's good because it's over 40. No, but look at the other side. His strike rate is less than 100. A less than 100 strike rate cannot win T20 matches. So since he's giving you the runs, give him another 3 to 5 matches to see if he can get that strike rate up to 120. If he cannot get that strike rate up to 120, the runs that he's giving you doesn't matters because he's giving it to you too slowly, and he will not be able to win T20 match. You will not be able to set a big enough total for your bowlers to defend if your batsmen are scoring at less than a runner ball in T20 cricket. So the runs is good, but his rate of scoring is too slow. And anyone who wants to drop him, I would not have a problem with someone dropping him. And speaking about dropping, I have been watching cricket and following cricket now for almost 40 years, or even more. And I've never seen or can recall a captain dropping him himself. Pooran dropped himself from the 3rd T20 match against New Zealand at Savannah Park yesterday. When I was scheduling this broadcast on Saturday, because I scheduled this broadcast on Saturday before I went to the match, it's clear my topic is, should Hetmyer replace Pooran as captain? Does Pooran have it in him to be a West Indies captain? Does he have the skill set to be a West Indies captain? Is the pressure too great for Pooran to manage. Now, interestingly, Hetmyer will be captaining the Guyana Amazon Warriors in this year's CPL. There's a lot to look for in that, because I know I, for one, will be paying a lot of attention to Hetmyer captaincy, because I do not believe that Pooran is a good captain. I do not believe Pooran is a good leader of men. I think that Pooran has some personal issues that he needs to sort out before he can lead the West Indies team. The personal things that are affecting him, plus the personal challenges that he's having. Let's say not affect. The personal challenges that he's having, plus the challenge of the challenges that come with leading the West Indies team may be too much for Pooran to handle. And interestingly, he dropped himself. I've never heard of a captain dropping himself. Is this a sign of weakness? Is this showing that he does not really ready for it, and something that he was campaigning for and giving great speeches, that now that it finally fell in his lap, it is too hot? He cannot handle it. My opinion and my pick for West Indies captain is Hetmyer for the T20 series. I'm not talking about Test cricket. I'm talking about T20 and ODI, white ball cricket. I'm talking about white ball cricket. My pick for the white ball captaincy is Hetmyer. I do not believe at this time that Pooran has the capacity. I have the stability because of issues in his personal life, challenges in his personal life. And Older already told you that the challenge and the challenges and the pressures that comes with West Indies cricket as a captain, for the captain of the West Indies cricket team, is enormous. And I don't think Pooran is handling these things very well. And his personal challenges may even be reflecting in his batting, and that's why he's getting out in such stupid manner. So I believe my pick for the captain for the World Cup would be Hetmyer. And I'm calling it right here, right now, that my pick for the captaincy of the West Indies cricket team for the World Cup is Hetmyer, not Powell. I don't think Powell is doing enough to be an automatic pick in the team. And so I will go with Hetmyer. But please remember, slash a like on the video, share and subscribe. The next thing I want to look at is the topic on the screen. What does Russell reply to Simmons really meant? Does Russell want to play in the World Cup? Clearly, during the World Cup, no other T20 competition will be going on. So he will not be able to play in any franchise cricket during the World Cup. A West Indies player is probably going to get anywhere between $80,000 to $120,000 to play in the World Cup. Russell is looking at that as a businessman, as I would look at it. I would want to capitalize on my earning potential. So when Simmons hit out and said he's not begging anyone to play for West Indies cricket, I think Russell's response was saying, boss, I'm going to remain quiet, but the whole world know that I'm ready to play for West Indies. You have not invited me. I think that's what he was saying, So in a very calm way, he's not burning any bridges. And he's trying to get back into the hearts of the West Indian people, into the fold of the West Indian people. So he said, I'm going to remain silent. But remaining silent, that comment was so loud. I am going to remain silent, but it was shouting on the top of the mountain. He was shouting from the top of the mountain to say that I want to play in the World Cup. That's how I interpret it. ESPN is saying that something is brewing. Nothing is brewing. That's not my interpretation. And ESPN is entitled to their opinion. And I will not fight them down for their opinion. I will not contest their opinion. That is their opinion. But in my opinion, I don't think anything is brewing. I think Russell respond is a shout with a megaphone from the top of Kilimanjaro to the entire world, broadcasting it from the International Space Station, bouncing it off the International Space Station, shouting it to the entire world and saying to Simmons, I am available to play in the World Cup. I think that's what Russell's response meant. I'm no psychologist and I'm no prophet. And although I've called a lot of things correctly in the past, but I think Russell was shouting. By saying that I remained silent, he was actually shouting at the top of his lungs that I am available to represent the West Indies in the T20 World Cup. Whether it's because of love of country or whether it's the fact that it's another earning potential for him, it is shouting that I will be ready for the World Cup. I want to represent the West Indies in the World Cup. Now, another issue that I want to look at this morning doesn't pertain to West Indies cricket, but pertaining to international cricket. Come March 23, all the indications are that comes March 23, there'll be a paradigm shift in women cricket because it's all system goes for the launch of the Women IPL in March 2023. Now, this has been voiced since 2018 when there was an exhibition T20 women match before the finals of the IPL. And ever since that season, women have been playing exhibition matches, T20 exhibition matches at the IPL. This season IPL, you have 4 women teams that play some matches. The season before, I think it was 3. But officially, next year, as we stand now, is all system go for the double IPL, the Women Indian Premier League for March 2023. And the ball seemed to already set in motion because usually the Indian women domestic season would run from November to April. So it would have started in November 2022 and runs till April 2023. That's the normal thing for the Indian domestic women's season. Now, they have brought forward that schedule and it will start this year on the 11th of October with the T20. So the Indian women domestic season will no longer start in November, but comes October the 11th, it will start with the T20s and it will run until February, where the ODI, not the ODI, the limited over, the 50 over finals and playoffs will take place in February. It will culminate in February with the playing of the 50 overs, playoffs and finals. So you'll have the T20, the first class season, and the ODI. And so instead of the season running from November to April, it will now run from the 11th of October to late February, creating a clear window for the WIPL. So women cricketers all over the world, in Jamaica, in the West Indies, New Zealand, Australia, England, South Africa, Papua New Guinea, women cricketers all over the world will be very, very, very happy that finally it's all system goes for the women IPL. And the fact that India, sorry about that, sorry, just a minute. Please remember, slash a like on the video, share and subscribe. The fact that India have earned, that the BCCI have garnered more than $6 billion for the staging of next IPL in broadcast rights. It means, therefore, that they have enough money now to start the WIPL. I'm sure the WIPL will have its own broadcast rights. I'm sure it will have its own sponsorship, but there's enough money there for India to have a base. And there have been talk about an overseas IPL, and it appears that the South Africa Super League, or whatsoever it is called, I don't remember, the South Africa T20 franchise cricket competition. The name is slipping me at this moment. What is this? Is the South Africa T20 franchise cricket competition scheduled to start on the 6th of January? It's scheduled to start in January. It will be the 6th because the New Year test would start the 2nd. So it will start the 6th and they would play the New Year test first before the franchise cricket competition start. Now, teams in that competition, my understanding is that they are owned by Indians. And if you look at the ICC calendar, there's a clear window in January starting 2024. So is this the unofficial overseas IPL? Is the South African IPL, is the South African T20 franchise cricket competition, is it an official overseas, is it the unofficial overseas IPL that have been talked about so much? We need to watch this one and see where it is going. But the big thing that made me really happy, and I know that women cricketers all over the world will be very happy at this time, is that come March 2023, all indications are that there will be a women IPL. Please smash a like on the video, share and subscribe. Let us build the subscription to 100. Let us try and build it to 20 first. Let's get 20 subscribers first. Let's try and build our subscription to 20. We are just starting. There's a lot of video. I have numerous videos, probably about 20, 30, 40 videos, some very interesting videos. So there's a lot that you can learn from this challenge when it comes to cricket, because this is a place for all the news, views, rumors, and gossips in the world of cricket. And I'm going to talk things that other commentators won't talk. And because I know cricket more than most, I will give you insight more than most. So this is a place. And your opinions are always welcome. Your opinion are always welcome. So the Women IPL, which is scheduled to start in March 2023. And we look forward to the start of the Women IPL in March 2023. All indications are that it will start in March 2023. That's good enough. You need to have some of that. You want to know? Link me. Put a question in the comment and link me, and you will know what is that. Now, 3 Pakistani senior players, Barbara Azam, Mohammad Rizwan, and Shaheen Shanafridi, only decided to go to the Asia Cup at the last moment after they reached an agreement with the PCB, the Pakistan Cricket Board, that when they return on September 11 from the Asia Cup, they will continue the discussion remuneration. Now, earlier this year, news came out that the PCB is willing to pay its players to stay home the amount of any contract they sign for our overseas franchise. I've not heard any more on that. So what the PCB was saying that if you get a CPL franchise contract, because you notice over the years there are always a number of Pakistani players in the CPL. So what the PCB was saying, led by Razim Raja, is that if the Barbados Royals is giving you $70,000 to play in the CPL, we will give it to you and you stay home and don't go. That was the proposal. I'm not here anymore on this issue. And I don't know what's the latest development on the subject. But that was a proposal on the table. But this latest discussion, that's not what the argument about. The argument is about NOC, non-objection certificate. That's what, so a Pakistani player want to play in the CPL. The Pakistani board have to give them a non-objection certificate. Say, we do not object to you going playing in the CPL. But remember, as I said earlier, Pakistan was prepared to pay the players the amount of overseas franchise contract to stay in Pakistan. Now, it seemed that negotiation has broken down and it never taken any feet. It never taken any waters. So now the Pakistani players are negotiating a NOC. They are in there before they sign the retainer. Usually, sorry about that. Usually over the years, because the Pakistan players do not have a Pakistan Players Association. They do not have a representative bodies. So over the year, the PCB would give them a contract and they would sign. No argument act. They would sign. No argument, no question asked. They would sign the contract. That's how the Pakistani players used to behave over the years. But this year now, apparently, there are some issues. So some senior players did not sign the contract immediately. Junior players are that junior players and fringe players and persons who were getting contract for the first time, they signed. But there were some senior players who did not sign the contract immediately because they have three issues. They want to know, they want to have clarity on the NOC. That's a non-objection certificate. They want to have clarity on the NOC. They want to know that if they get an overseas franchise contract, will they be allowed to go? Or the PCB, as it had mooted earlier, will they give them the value of that contract to stay in Pakistan? So there's some negotiation there. Read the NOC. So that was a start. The next thing was that image rights in ICC competition. So the players were asking or negotiating what figure, what the cost. They were negotiating the value of their image rights in ICC competition. So one, the NOC, two, the value of their image rights, and three, the higher percentage of the participation fee should come to the players when they play an ICC event. So those are the three sticking blocks. And that's why these three players negotiated up to the last minute and they came to an agreement that, yes, go to the Asia Cup, and when you return, we will reopen the negotiation, we will open the discussion on these three items. That is one, clarity on the NOC, two, value of their image rights, and three, percentage of participation fee in ICC events. It must be noted that a Pakistani player gets $3,800 to play a test match. A West Indies player, $8,000. Yes, a West Indies player gets $8,000 to play a test match, and a Pakistani player only gets $3,800. And yet still, the West Indies cannot beat Pakistan in a test match. Tell me now, should the West Indies players be paid so highly? A Pakistani player get $2,300 to play an ODI. A West Indies player get $4,000. It's all indications that it appears at this time is only the Indians, the Australians, and the English are higher paid than the West Indian players' match fee. Maybe the South African. I will do some investigation and see what the South Africans' match fee are. Because while a West Indies player get $2,500 to play a T20 match, a Pakistani player only get $1,700. And they are better than the West Indies. Look at it. Rowan hold a contract, all format contract for the West Indies. It's probably about $15,000 per month. A red ball contract for a top tier Pakistani cricketer is $4,700, and a white ball is $4,300. That's the top tier. A PCB cricketer contract for the top tier, the red ball is $4,700 and the white ball is $4,300. So Babar Azam, who probably have an all-format contract, gets $9,000 for an all-format contract. That is what some West Indians are getting for a white ball contract alone. So is the West Indies overpaying or Pakistan underpaying? Which one of the cricket team you think have more value? Which one? Does the CPL have more value than the PSL? Does CWI has more equity and more value than the PCB? Does the CWI have more sponsorship than the PCB? So why is it? I'm asking the question, and I'm glad I want people to earn money. Why is it that Pakistan Cricket Board is not paying their players more? So this is something that the players, I think, should negotiate. Because there must be equity in the market. And I think the Pakistan players deserve to be paid more. So Razim Raja and his committee needs to look into that. They really need to look into paying their players more. The final thing I would like to discuss today is the West Indies team, ODI team, that is going to Barbados. The ODI team that has been selected to Barbados. Well, Azari Joseph, I'm looking at the 4 seamers that have been selected. First, Azari Joseph, and there's his stats on the screen. 51 matches, 82 wickets, economy of 5.21, average 26, strike rate 31. Not bad. I will always have Azari Joseph in my West Indies team. If he's not resting, I will always play him with a T20, ODI, or Test cricket. I think he's fast becoming the leading bowler in the West Indies. He's consistently faster than all of our bowlers, consistently. Odin Smith might well be the fastest bowler that we have, but Joseph consistently bowl fast. So he is a sure pick for me in any West Indian team. Now, seamer number 2, Jason Ola. 37 average, strike rate of 40, economy 5.5, 146 wicket. This man was seen as one of the leading all-rounder a couple of years ago. As one of the leading all-rounder in cricket a couple of years ago in white ball cricket. But look at those stats. It's the stats I'm looking at. Look at the stats, the economy. And I want you to remember these stats. Joseph economy, 5.21. Older economy, 5.45. So they are just around the 5.25, the 5.5. Look, Joseph is getting wicket at every 32 deliveries. Older, every 40 deliveries. Older is getting a wicket. So Joseph, he has a lower economy. He has a lower average. He has a better strike rate. The only thing that Older have over Joseph is that he has played more matches. Will I pick Older in my ODI squad? Yes. I would pick Older in my ODI squad. Look at the third seamer. Look at the third seamer. So we are looking at the 4 seamers that the West Indies are carrying. Rakib Paul, 23 matches, 25 wickets. Economy, 6 runs. He has the highest economy of the other 2 so far. His average, almost 40. His strike rate, 39. So Ian Olai is just about there when it comes to strike rate. And when it comes to average, just about the same. Just about a 2-run different when it comes to the average. And so these are 3 of the seamers West Indies are carrying. Now the 4th seamers that is carrying, very interested. I know he's early in his career. He has played 7 matches so far, took 4 wickets. His economy, 5.81. Average, 80. Strike rate, 82. So that means he's taking a strike rate of 82. That means he's taking less than a wicket per match. Less than a wicket per match. Of all the other players there, of all the other 3 seamers, he's the only one that is taking less than a wicket per match. And you will say that he's young in his career. And I think, I said probably a year ago or more that Jaden Seals is the next best West Indies test cricketer, test bowler. Sorry about that. I'm getting myself all mixed up. But I see Jaden Seals as a great West Indies red ball bowler and will be the leader of the attack not too far from now. Right now, I see Joseph as the leader of the attack. I see Roach as the experienced guy guiding these younger ones through. But right now, in my opinion, Joseph is the leader of the West Indies attack. So look at those average and look at those economy. And the fact that Jayden Seales is getting less than a wicket a match and is young in his career. But now look at this person who they are not carrying. And this man, just coming off a T20 series where he was a leading wicket taker, where he got 7 wickets in the series. This man have gotten 10 wickets in his last 4 ODI, in his last 4 T20, sorry, in his last 4 T20. In fact, in his last 14 overs bowled, he has picked up 10 wickets. The last 14 overs that he has bowled, he has picked up 10 wickets. Look at his ODI record. 5 matches, 6 wickets. Economy, just a tad over 5. Average, 23. Strike rate, 24. That statistics is better than any other of the 4 seamers. And you're saying, yes, he only played 5 matches. But Seales plays 7 matches with a strike rate of 82 and an average of 80. And he's still on the plane. Mark, I heard that Odin Smith is traveling with the squad, but he's not a part of the squad, maybe a reserve. But I'm saying that why the man with the best statistics among all West Indian bowlers, ODI bowlers, best ODI statistics is not in the ODI squad? Why is it that Odin Smith is not in the West Indies ODI squads? There is a statistics on the screen, world class. And you say that, whoa, he plays against India. His economy against Ireland was 5.6. His economy against India in his last 2 matches was 4.64, I think. 4.64. So his economy has actually gone down against the better team. His strike rate went up because I think his strike rate against India was 28. But that is expected. Against Ireland, it was 21. But as expected, India is a much better team. So you're going to take more deliveries to get wickets. So, but it's clear his economy went down against India. From 5.6 against Ireland to 4.64 against India. So, and his strike rate against Ireland was, I don't remember his strike rate. His strike rate against Ireland was 19. And I think it went up against India. That is expected. So why is it that Odin Smith is not in the West Indies ODI squad? Why is Keemo Paul and Seales selected above Odin Smith in the West Indies ODI squad? Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Until next time, please remember, slash a like on the video, share, and subscribe. I am Carlton Brown. Until next time, God bless. Tuning out. Take care now.